What is up, souls? Welcome back for another story. Today's is so funny and I am so excited to read it with you guys. I think that if you've ever had a trip like that with some friends or your girlfriends, this one definitely hits. So let's get rolling. My best friend and I were both completely burned out from work, so we decided that we needed a girls' weekend. We didn't really want to be bothered by any sightseeing or schedules. We wanted to leave all of our responsibilities at home. All that we were asking for was somewhere with a nice beach, good food, and strong drinks. She booked this beautiful 5-star resort right on the beach. It was definitely bougier than either of us would have normally splurged for, but we figured if we're going to truly disconnect, let's definitely make it worth this PTO. Friday was perfect. We got checked in, had dinner, a couple of drinks, and called it an early night because we wanted Saturday to be our lazy, absolutely nothing day. So the next day, we spent almost the entire day bouncing back and forth between the beach and the pool. They had a DJ that was really good. They had a great swim-up bar, and we honestly couldn't have asked for better weather. It was exactly what we were both looking for. But the drinks kept coming, and it made those hours really disappear. That bartender, I think he was just a little too good at his job. So somewhere along the way, the day got ahead of us, and we just forgot to eat. LOL. We were really tired, but we knew we needed to eat something before taking a nap and getting ready for dinner. We said nothing heavy, just a quick snack. So we stopped by the hotel restaurant on the way to our room, and most of it was just seafood. So I ordered a smoked salmon dip, and she was craving oysters, so she ordered oysters, and we kind of just both shared. After we got a quick bite, we went upstairs, took a nap, got dressed, and then we decided to head to dinner. Neither one of us felt terrible, but we didn't feel great either. But we blamed it on the sun and the drinking. So she finds this incredible restaurant online, one of those places where everything looks like it kind of belongs in a magazine. They had waterfalls, dim lighting, the greenery was nice, and the $20 cocktails. You know it's going to be expensive when the drinking straws are made out of pasta sticks. So they sat us, we ordered drinks, and we were trying to decide on our meals. Out of nowhere, I get a sudden rush of nausea. It hit me like a freight train. I said, I'm just gonna run to the restroom real quick. So I told her my order. The inside of this place was even prettier than the patio, but I couldn't find the sign to the restroom because it was so dark in there. So one of the hostesses had to walk me back. On the way, I realized that the restroom was basically attached to a private dining room where there was a birthday party going on. There had to have been at least 20 or 30 people in there. And needless to say, the bathroom did not have stalls. It was just one tiny little room that had the thinnest door. The second I closed that door, my entire body just turned on me. I'm not going to go into details because your imagination can probably do a way better job than I can. Let me just say this, whatever was making me sick wanted out immediately, and it didn't care to warn me about what end it was going to come out of first. I was sitting there thinking, please, please let these walls be thicker than I think they are. I don't think that they were. After what felt like the longest 5 minutes of my life, I walked out trying not to make eye contact with one single person from that birthday party and had my head down while making a beeline straight back to that patio. My friend didn't even touch the appetizer and asked the waitress to slow everything down until I came back. I sat down and was trying to act normal. I took one bite. Bad idea. I don't think it even had time to make it halfway down. My friend said, "Are you okay?" with a really concerned look on her face, but at that moment, I just stood up and took off running for round 2, straight to the same bathroom and the same audience. At this point, I'm pretty sure they thought that they were all getting pranked. When I came back to the table again, I finally had to admit to her that something was really wrong. And as I'm trying to explain to her what happened, our entrees were coming. It was a beautiful filet and a shrimp pasta that looked to die for. We wanted nothing to do with them, My friend looked at me with an expression I'll never forget. It was a combination of haunted eyes and pale, clammy skin. She said, "We have to leave." I thought she meant it because of me, but oh no, the other 6 oysters, they were making their first appearance with her. She frantically waved for the waitress and demanded to get our checks as soon as possible. The poor waitress was probably wondering why these 2 idiots just ordered hundreds of dollars on this dining experience and didn't even touch a thing. Before she could swipe that credit card, the Uber was already on its way. So now we're sitting in the back seat of this spotless, brand new Lexus, driven by the sweetest older man you could ever meet. He wanted to chat, and we were just trying so hard not to barf or shit in his car. By some miracle, we barely made it back to the hotel, and the rest of the night was spent taking turns running back and forth from our beds to the one bathroom. Every time one of us thought we were finally done, we weren't. If I had to bet, I'm about 99% sure that it was those oysters. If only the story could have ended there, right? The next morning, we both felt a little bit better. Not great, but better. Unfortunately, as our goodbye gift before heading home, we had already booked an expensive spa treatment that we couldn't cancel due to their 24-hour policy. We didn't want to waste any more money after the restaurant fiasco the night before, so we convinced ourselves we could make it through that and then just head home. Another bad idea. Laying face down while somebody is enthusiastically needing your organs after food poisoning? Gross. We looked like we survived a natural disaster, but it's still one of the funniest weekends that we've ever had together, and we still laugh about it when we talk about it today. Oh my goodness. I don't think that I've ever had food poisoning, but some of the stories that I hear about people that have had to go through that, I mean, I've heard about people having to go through that on an airplane, in a long car ride, like at work. I cannot imagine, because when it hits you, it just hits you. I think that this is one of the best parts of life, how something can feel like it's the worst day ever when it's happening to you, but those moments are the ones that we can look back on now and just laugh about, and probably some of the greatest memories that we'll ever keep in our hearts. So thank you so much to the soul who sent this very messy story in. You are heard. You are probably not alone. If you have a memory of your own that you'd like to share, or a funny story of friendship, please send it my way and I will be happy to share it with the world. And to my dear oyster poison soul, this for you.